Hey guys, this is Windmaster, and yeah, even though I have way too many other ideas for the first episode of the new season of Thoughts on, this is something I actually have thought in mind, like, just today, by today I mean like July 27th, by the time this probably August by now. Since I semi-promised myself to start a new season of narration videos on August. Okay, so when I first, thought of Pokemon X and Y, well, aside from it being awesome, well, you see its villainous team, and that's Team Flare. Now, at first I was thinking, are they gonna go the Hoenn way and have some sort of water-based team to go with it, or something? But then, like, just walking around, for apparently no reason, randomly I just thought, oh wow, this makes perfect sense. Of course, the villain team has to be based on fire. Okay. So here's what I mean. Okay, so you know that, well, in all the Pokemon main series games, there's some sort of villainous team that has something ish to do with the main legendaries. Okay, so like for example, in Gen 1, the only real main legendary is Mewtwo, and well, it was created by Team Rocket. Okay, makes sense. So Mewtwo's about science, and Team Rocket has a lot of scientific stuff going on in the background, like with stuff with Silphco and that sort of thing. I really not know much, not much of a I'll say. Johto, again Team Rocket, but it's not as good as they used to be. So that's really what they're trying to do is trying to. I have no idea what Neo Team Rocket's trying to do. I think trying to bring Giovanni back, but other than that, they're not really doing anything, just fooling around most of the time. Or maybe it's that's like the Pokemon in the generic Pokemon in Johto are based on like myths and legends. Like for example with Ho-Oh and Lugia and Celebi. Those three mostly. They have some sort of mythical reason, like a mythical or some sort of nature-based thing going on. Maybe to counteract the whole scientific aspect of Team Rocket. I don't know. And then when like the third generation forward, then it makes sense with the legendary. Like for example, in Hoenn, the Team Magma represents Groudon. You try using ground type Pokemon, by ground type Pokemon I mean Numel. And by Team Aqua, which is based on water type Pokemon, by water type Pokemon I mean Carvanha. Yeah, it's you can make sense with the legendary because they use Pokemon that fit in with the type of their main legendary. Okay, makes sense. With Team Galactic, the main legendary space and time. They're like natural the fundamental forces. I forget what they're called, but space and time. Because space is everything. It's basically matter versus like time, which is something you can't really. I don't know. I have no idea how to describe time, but and their Team Galactic is based on astronauts of sorts. So I don't know, trying to go to space or something. And look at Palkia. Palkia's based on space. I have no idea. I can't really, not very good at combining the idea of Palkia Dialga with Team Galactic being astronauts or astronaut-like. And then there's Team Plasma, which again still like my favorite out of the five. That they're named Plasma has something to do with energy, like fire and electricity supposedly, and the types of the main legendaries in those games are fire and electric. So that makes perfect sense. And the whole nature of technology thing, they're based. The old Team Plasma is based on medieval knights, which is kind of like the middle of the two. Like kind of the middle of nature and because with technologies like booming nowadays in the future, and before then it's mostly nature and all sort of thing. I don't know, and I guess medieval times is more the middle of the two. I guess because not Renaissance-y, not like Industrial Revolution at that time. So I guess knights will be like in the middle of the two, and of course like pirates. So just like pirates. That's kind of odd, like our choice for pirates, but. Why not? Because pirates are awesome. So there you go. I guess like their motifs are like more of the middle between old times and current times. And then we have Team Flare, which is at this time I'm pretty sure that I'm way too early in saying this, but since they're not much is known about Team Flare. Well, at this time, by the time the game comes out in October, we'll figure out a lot more about Team Flare and what they want to do. But they're basically the fire mafia. I don't know. But anyway, so what does it do with the main legendaries? The main legendaries are Xerneas, the fairy type, basic classification life, and Yveltal, type dark flying, which I totally called, by the way, in Dissidia forums. Classification destruction, because death is censored. so basically life and death this time. So let's say it's based on life and death. It makes perfect sense why fire is chosen for the villainous team, because you know how fire, it is the basis of life and it's the basis of death. In that, you know, since fire is used for heat, fire is used to cook. It's like it helps with human life, and also of course with what like the face like forest fires. Fire causes lots of destruction. Lots of things are flammable. That sort of thing. So it can actually help with life and can also destroy life. That's what makes fire so great. And it's funny, as I was thinking that, I was thinking of Avatar: The Last Airbender. In that I forgot which episode was it, but I know it was late season 3. In that when Zuko relearns firebending, well, sort of relearns firebending. In that he's like saying, it's like one of the teachers like saying like fire is not like anger or destruction. I forgot what was the exact quote, but that fire isn't necessarily destruction and anger, but rather is life and energy. So, and that actually so and that actually got me thinking. Hey, wait, so that makes perfect sense of why the fire is chosen as the villainous team in XY. I don't know what they're gonna do next. I hope they do well, or actually good popularity. I think not, because they look friggin' ugly despite being like the fire friggin' mafia. But I still think old Team Plasma like my favorite of the villainous teams. But yeah, I don't know if someone already did this though. I don't know if someone already did this. It's just like random thought. I don't know if someone will connect what I just said to what Team Flare is really gonna do in October. But I don't know. That's just my initial thoughts of Team Flare and how it makes perfect sense despite neither legendaries being fire type. So there you go. That's pretty much my initial thoughts on Team Flare. Got not much else to say. So see you guys later for the thoughts on.